Welcome to the post-game press conference. We are joined by our best player of the game, Christian Standhardinger, and our main coach, Coach Tim Cone. Christian, earlier we were talking before the game. You mentioned about the high basketball IQ your teammates have, the clear and established roles you have in your team. How did it help you have a big and impressive outing and perform well in the past games that you've played?
Well, well, at the beginning of the game, coach stressed the fact that this game is very important for us, and he was very right with that statement. And I'm happy that we came together. That's part of the basketball IQ I was talking about before the game. That we know that we have to come out and play here. And like I said before the game, Boss Al and Coach Tim, they did a great job of recruiting great guys, great characters, and especially high basketball IQ. It makes it easier for everybody to play and hopefully be successful.
Coach, earlier we saw how the players were very patient in creating their offense and how they moved the ball or how they distributed the ball well. They had 30 plus assists. What do you think has been the key to winning today's game after coming from a two-game lose streak?
Well, we pride ourselves on ball movement. We've done that, conference after conference, and we pride ourselves in our unselfishness to our teammates. So I think that's something that we look for every game. Coming off the last two losses, they were tough losses. They were tough teams. You can bring your best game and you're still going to lose to a Magnolia or a San Miguel, but we knew tonight that we had to kind of jump out of that and make sure that we're beating the teams we're supposed to beat. And I think that was just really on everybody's mind. We needed to come out and make sure that we got this one tonight. And I don't think we did anything special. I just think we came out and played our game. I still feel we can improve defensively. I don't think we're playing at the same defensive level we were last conference, but I think offensively, I think guys are getting it better, especially our young guys, Jamie and Maya, and some of the new guys, Nards and Vaughn. They're all starting to understand the offense a little bit more. So all those things are contributing, hopefully, to us continuing to compete in this conference and have a chance to be in a good position for the playoffs.
Now we open the floor to our friends from the press.
Thank you. Christian, you mentioned last Friday that the absence of Japet, you're trying to figure it out how to play without Japet. You're 27 today. As this game help you progress, make some progress?
Well, obviously missing Japet is a big hit for the team. And that's the great thing about our team is as a unit we know what we have to compensate for since we're missing such a great player like Japet. What he brings to the floor is with scoring, with blocking shots, with rebounding. Rebounding, we all need to rebound more. We all need to play, like Coach said, play a bit better defense, not get beat because we do not have a Japet that block shots down there. And offensively, we have to all score a little bit more to compensate for Japet, but that comes playing within the team. It sounds great. I don't know what you said. 27 sounds great, but if you think about it, my teammates found me. I basically only throw it up for layup. I got spoon-fed this game, and I'm appreciative and happy that I have some great teammates that see the right play and put me in action right where I need it.
Can you tell updates about Japet?
Well, he could be gone anywhere between, from today, I would say anywhere between 3 and 5 weeks. I would say that he might be back late in the playoffs. We'll see. It's just right now he's immobilized. His knee is immobilized, so we can't really figure anything out until he gets he frees his knee and starts exercising on it. Then we'll have a better idea of when he'll be back. But right now he's just purely being immobilized. So there's no testing going on. There's nothing going on. Just complete rest for that knee. So Sion, we're going to really miss him for the window. Him and Kai, it's really tough for that. This upcoming window we're going to have, those two guys we really relied on a lot. we're going to try to figure out ways to do it differently, just like we're trying to figure out ways to do it here. Christian's now gone from playing 26, 28 minutes sharing time with Japhet. Now he's up to 42, 44. So his job is really cut out for him right now, and we expect a lot from him, and he's obviously delivering.
Coach, can you talk about having been able to rack up fourth record in this kind of condensed schedule?
Well, I mean, we wish it could be a little better, honestly. I mean, we wish we could be better than 4-2, but I think 4-2 at this point is acceptable. It keeps us alive for the top four, and I think, it's crucial to get to the top four. It's not just top six this conference. So that's the key thing. That's the big picture for us. Staying alive for that top four. You always want to play better against Magnolia and San Miguel for your fans and for everybody. And but the fact that we were able to get the other four is really important to us. And so that's the way we're going to approach it next time out. We have Morocco coming out immediately following the Jordan game, and then I think we play Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, and Wednesday again. Something like that before our last game against Talkatex after the All-Star break. So the schedule doesn't lighten for us, especially for someone like Justin and Scotty, who are going to be playing major minutes in the windows and doing two-a-day practices. This week we're going to go back to two-a-day practices with Beatles.
Coach, you've mentioned about
Can Chris go? You guys done with Chris? Yeah, let's get him ready. Get him out of here. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Now I can tell the truth about Chris. I can tell you that he's not very good at taking those things out.
Coach, you mentioned about the Gilas guys, like Justin, Scotty, but what about the other Ginebra guys, the guys remaining? What will be the plan for this week?
Well, I'm going to be basically full-time with the Gilas team this whole week because we're going to be doing two-a-day practices starting Tuesday. And, we have a practice tomorrow night, and then we have two practices on Tuesday, another two practices on Wednesday. So it's not going to give me any time to really be with the team, with the rest of the guys. So at this point, it's really going to be Coach Richard's ball. He's going to take it and go with it. And, I think the things we're going to try to stress is our defensive habits over this week. Try to hone that with the guys that are still around. And that's, lacking 4 players. So there'll be about 11 players out there. Good news is that LA's coming in. We try to keep LA out there even during the end of the game. When normally he would be resting, but we left him out there so he could continue to try to build and get a rhythm. Stanley played some really good minutes tonight, and those two guys are a real concern for us because we need them healthy come playoff time. But if we're not in a good position come playoff time, it really won't matter whether they're healthy or not. So we got to get things done now. That's the key, and that's what this week is going to be about for Ginebra. Trying to hone our habits, get our defensive habits a little better, and get the new guys to understand them a little bit more.
But it's a welcome relief, coach, that the team will have at least 1 week rest.
They're not resting. That's a hit. In fact, we're doing more. I mean, the 3 key guys on the 3 starters, the guys you rely on most, are doing more work now than they would be on a regular PPA week because they're doing two-a-days. They're playing with Lebanon. Justin's going to play big minutes for Gilas, and Scotty's going to be a starter, I assume. And Jamie's going to be there also, and again, the two-a-day practices. So that part of it's not going to rest. And those are the guys we need to rest. Those are the guys that need to rest more than anybody else. Stanley and LA, they need to get their rhythm back, so they need the practices and continuing to find rhythm coming from injuries. But Christian could use a little bit of rest, that's for sure, this week. And I'm sure they'll be careful with Christian during some of the practices. But the other guys, I think there's going to be some tough practices this week for the rest of the team.
Coach, you've got 8 Ginebra players in the All-Star. There were a lot of reaction. Just your thoughts, including you were voting.
Well, I think the thing we all forget about is that the fans, it's a fans game. It's for nobody else but the fans. The All-Star game is for the fans totally, Yeah, you want to reward those guys who are deserving. I think that's important. But basically, it's a fans game, so I don't have anything wrong with the fans picking the team. I mean, I think it's a kind of an exciting format. It'll be fun to see, guys who are on the same team pick players against each other, and Japeth and Scotty. I can guess who the #1 pick is going to be. Be crazy if you didn't pick him. But so I think it's an exciting format. I think it's going to be fun for the fans. The fans are seeing the players that they want to see. And as always, I tell you, in NBA, even in the past, I remember I made a big stink one year. This is many years ago. You guys probably weren't even born yet, but most of you guys anyway. You were. There was a time when I made a huge stink when Norman Black didn't. I feel to this day I'm embarrassed about it, but he didn't select Jojo Lastimosa as an All-Star, and I made a big stink about it. And I think the next game we played his team, and Jojo came out and scored like 42 points against him. So there's always going to be guys who are deserving and don't make it. It happens in the NBA all the time, in all sports, whether it be football, baseball, basketball, soccer. It doesn't matter. All-Star teams always leave deserving players off, and that's just the nature of the All-Star. Not enough spots for everybody. So there was a couple guys that I know I voted. I voted for the All-Star team. I mean, I did my votes, and I know that there were like 3 or 4 that I voted didn't make it. So I thought they were deserving. But that's just the way it is.
You'd be free to tell us who
No, not necessarily. Because if I say this guy is deserving, then somebody needs to be out, and who's going to be out? But yeah, okay. I thought Don Troiano deserved to be in, and I thought Jarek Anbisi had a really good way he's been playing. I tend to reward guys who are playing good now, right now, because they're playing well now. So this is not about how you played last year or 2 conferences ago or whatever. It's about right now. And Anbisi and Troiano were playing really high level basketball. So I thought those 2 guys. I honestly can't remember the other one, but I thought those 2 guys. They didn't make it, right?
That's it for our post-game.